What is the meaning of life? Who am I? Are we in the Matrix? Some of the world's biggest questions. But instead of questioning something so grand, like, is there a point, I question, what is the perfect sandwich? Or, if such a thing can even exist. There are 4 points that need to be addressed before this video can conclude. First, how this applies to philosophy. Second, what would make a sandwich perfect. Third, the conflict. Fourth, the conclusion. The ontological argument is how this applies. It is the argument that argues the existence of a God through words alone, tautology. It is a conceptual truth that God is a being than which none greater can be imagined. God exists as an idea in the mind, a being that exists as an idea in the mind and in reality is, other things being equal, greater than a being that exists only as an idea in the mind. Thus, if God exists only as an idea in the mind, then we can imagine something that is greater than God. But we cannot imagine something that is greater than God. Therefore, God exists. The analogy presented in philosophy involved replacing God with a sandwich, for understanding and simplicity's sake. So the perfect sandwich must follow this pretense, or it is then flawed. Since we are dealing with perfect, it mustn't do any of these. It mustn't leave you feeling empty. It must contain all the toppings of your choosing. It must never go bad, and it must never run out.
Lembas. Elvish whey bread. One small bite is enough to fill the stomach of a grown man.
The conflict is having to fit these requirements, or when discussing multiple people, because of varying opinions. It falls apart and withers away when we try to bring the imaginative into reality. For reality has limitations and rules, as where our imaginations are only limited by ourselves. For a perfect sandwich to exist, it must be without flaw. Since nothing in reality is without flaw, there cannot be a sandwich that is perfect. But as a final note, a wise-ish man once said, any sandwich is a perfect sandwich, because you have a sandwich.